In the heart of Europe, behind unmarked doors, sits a building unlike any other. It doesn't advertise, it has no retail customers, and most people, even those who work in finance, barely know it exists. Yet, its influence stretches to every corner of the globe, because this building is the headquarters of the Bank for International Settlements, the BIS. Some call it the central bank for central banks. Others call it the most powerful bank you've never heard of. And for nearly a century it has been a silent force in the world economy, moving money, gold, and policies with a quiet authority that few dare to question. Act 1. The birth of a shadow bank. The BIS was created in 1930, in the aftermath of World War I. Its original purpose, to manage Germany's reparation payments under the Treaty of Versailles. But from the start, the BIS was given a unique status. It would be independent from any government. Its property would be inviolable, immune from searches, taxes, or seizure. Its officials would have diplomatic immunity. In short, it was untouchable. And as its role expanded, so did its secrecy. Act 2. The War Years. When World War II erupted, most international institutions shut down or fled. But the BIS kept operating, even as the world tore itself apart. Historians later discovered that during the war, the BIS accepted gold from Nazi Germany. Gold that, in some cases, had been looted from occupied countries, and even from concentration camps. The bank claimed it was simply fulfilling its role as a neutral institution. Critics said it was enabling the Nazi war machine. Whatever the truth, the BIS survived the war and its power only grew. Act 3. A bank above banks. Today, the BIS is owned by 63 central banks. From the US Federal Reserve to the European Central Bank to the People's Bank of China. Its mandate, to facilitate cooperation between central banks, act as a hub for financial stability. But what makes it different from other international bodies is its complete independence. The BIS doesn't answer to voters. It doesn't follow the political cycle. It meets behind closed doors. And the decisions made in those meetings can change interest rates, influence currency values, and shape global markets. Act 4. The Basel meetings. Every 2 months, the most powerful central bankers in the world fly to Basel, Switzerland. They meet in the BIS's 18-story circular tower, a building that locals call the Tower of Basel. There are no journalists, no public records of what is discussed, only private, high-level conversations between the people who control the supply of money on Earth. After the meetings, these bankers return to their countries, and often within weeks, policies shift. Interest rates change. Economic forecasts adjust. Billions, even trillions, move in anticipation. And yet, the public never sees the discussions that led to these moves. Act 5. The vaults. The BIS isn't just a meeting place. It also acts as a bank holding reserves for central banks. Deep underground, it maintains some of the world's most secure gold vaults. Gold is moved here for safekeeping, for swaps between nations, and sometimes for reasons that are never disclosed. In the financial world, physical gold still matters. Not for everyday transactions, but as the ultimate store of value. And the BIS sits at the heart of that system. Act 6. Immunity and secrecy. The BIS operates under an agreement that gives it extraordinary privileges. Its buildings are legally untouchable. Even Swiss police cannot enter without permission. Its archives are sealed. Its officials are immune from prosecution under Swiss law. Critics say this creates the perfect environment for backroom deals and unaccountable power. Supporters argue that this independence is exactly what makes it effective, free from political pressure and able to focus on stability. Act 7. Shaping the rules of the game. In addition to its banking functions, the BIS sets international banking standards. The most famous are the Basel Accords, rules that dictate how much capital banks must hold, how they manage risk, and how they respond to crises. These rules affect every major bank on the planet, and yet they are written by a committee of unelected officials, meeting in private, inside the BIS. Act 8. The criticism. Over the years, the BIS has been accused of being an elitist, secretive club that serves the interests of big finance over ordinary people. Its wartime history remains controversial. Its immunity from oversight troubles transparency advocates, and its role in setting banking rules raises questions about democratic accountability. But like the Vatican Bank or the City of London, the BIS has survived every scandal, every wave of criticism, largely because it is seen as too important to lose. Act 9. Why it still matters in times of crisis like the 2008 financial crash or the 2020 pandemic. The BIS becomes even more critical. It helps coordinate emergency responses, it provides liquidity to central banks, and it serves as a quiet meeting ground where deals are struck to keep the global system from collapsing. To most people, this work is invisible. But for those inside the financial system, the BIS is a central pillar, a place where the real conversations happen. Closing narration. The Bank for International Settlements is not a household name. It doesn't want to be. It exists in the shadows, above politics, above borders, above public scrutiny. And maybe that's the point. Because in the modern world, money is power, and the ones who control the money rarely want the spotlight. The BIS is the quiet hand on the wheel of the global economy, and whether you see it as a guardian of stability or an unelected empire of bankers, its influence is undeniable. Because in the world of finance, sometimes the most powerful institutions are the ones you've never even heard of.